Men. Let's talk about something most of you won't mention out loud, your erections. If you're over 60, you've probably noticed changes. Maybe it takes longer to get hard. Maybe it's not as strong as it used to be. Or maybe it just doesn't happen at all when you want it to. For some, it's not just about sex. It's about manhood, confidence, even the way you feel when you look in the mirror. Weak erections, shrinking penis size, loss of morning wood. These are silent signs that your blood flow, hormones, or prostate health may be in trouble. And if you ignore them, it can lead to faster aging, poorer circulation, and a much higher risk of serious health problems. Here's the part no one tells you. Sometimes these problems aren't just about getting older. They're about something in your body's chemistry, something you can change. It's cheap, natural, and backed by surprising science. So before you give up hope or accept that this is just what happens with age, let's talk about how a simple daily habit could help you feel like yourself again, in the bedroom and in your health overall. I want to be honest with you. Erectile difficulties are not just about sex. They cut deeper. They're about your confidence, your connection with your partner, even the way you see yourself as a man. I've been in my practice long enough to see the same look in the eyes of men who sit across from me. Men who've built businesses, raised families, fought through life's challenges, yet suddenly find themselves facing something they never thought they'd have to talk about. Robert was one of them. He's 67. Strong handshake, still plays golf twice a week, even runs after his grandkids. But one day, after the checkup was done, he leaned in and said quietly, "Doc, things just aren't working like before." His eyes dropped, and in that moment, I could see the weight of embarrassment on his shoulders. It's a story I've heard hundreds of times. Slower blood flow making it harder to get or keep an erection. Lower nitric oxide levels, meaning the signal from the brain to the penis isn't as strong, a prostate that's not as cooperative as it used to be, and the emotional frustration that comes with it. Here's what I tell every man in Robert's position. These changes are common after 60. They are part of the body's natural aging process. But, and this is important, they are not a death sentence for your manhood. Your body still has the ability to respond. You still have the potential for strong, healthy erections and better sexual function. You just need to understand what's really going on inside and how to start turning the tide back in your favor. And that's exactly what we're about to uncover next. Let's break this down together. If we're going to fix the problem, we first have to understand it. An erection isn't just about the penis, it's a full body event. It starts with the brain, travels through your nerves, and relies on healthy blood vessels to deliver strong blood flow into the erectile tissue. When you were younger, this happened almost effortlessly. Your arteries were flexible, your hormone signals were sharp, and your nitric oxide levels, that's the chemical that tells your blood vessels to relax and open up, were abundant. But after 60, things start to change. Blood vessels can stiffen, just like an old garden hose left out in the sun. The walls lose their flexibility, so blood doesn't surge in quite as powerfully. Nitric oxide production drops, meaning the signal from your brain to your penis gets weaker. Testosterone may decline slowly, reducing desire and energy. And if your prostate is inflamed or enlarged, it can add extra pressure on blood flow and nerve pathways. The result? Erections that are softer, take longer to achieve, don't last as long, or disappear altogether. Morning wood becomes rare, sexual confidence fades, and unfortunately, most men are told to just accept it. But here's what most doctors don't explain. These changes are often linked to something you can improve: your circulation, your nerve health, your body's chemistry. These systems are not beyond repair. In fact, with the right daily habits, many men can see improvement at any age, and that's where an unexpected, everyday item, something in your kitchen right now, can play a surprisingly helpful role in supporting blood flow and performance. Let's talk about it. Now, when I tell men this, they usually give me a look somewhere between disbelief and curiosity. Baking soda. Yes, the same simple white powder you might use for cooking, cleaning, or keeping the fridge fresh. It's been in your kitchen for decades, but most men have no idea it could play a role in their erections, blood flow, and overall men's health. Here's the surprising part. Baking soda isn't just for baking bread or soothing an upset stomach. It's a natural compound that can help balance excess acidity in your body. And why does that matter for your penis? Because high acidity and inflammation are silent enemies of circulation. They make your blood vessels stiffer, your blood flow slower, and your nitric oxide levels lower. All of that adds up to weaker erections. Think of your blood vessels like the plumbing in your house. If the pipes are clogged or corroded, the water barely flows. But when the pipes are clean and clear, the flow is strong. Baking soda, in a small, safe amount, may help keep those pipes in better working order by reducing the chemical stress that damages them. I'm not saying this is magic. You won't take it once and suddenly feel 20 years younger. But when used correctly and paired with the right lifestyle habits, it can be a simple, inexpensive ally for better erectile function, stronger circulation, and even prostate comfort. In fact, some research has shown that supporting your body's pH balance this way can improve muscle performance, endurance, and recovery, all signs of better blood and oxygen flow. And as any man knows, better blood flow is the foundation for better erections. So, how do you actually use it safely? And what's the right way to make it part of your routine without causing harm? Let's go step by step. All right, let's get into the part you can actually start doing today. First, a word of caution. Baking soda is powerful in small amounts, but too much can cause problems, especially if you have high blood pressure, kidney issues, or you're on certain medications. So before you make it part of your routine, it's smart to check with your doctor. Now here's a safe, simple starting point many men have used. Take a glass of water, about 200 milliliters. Add 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. Stir until it's completely dissolved. Drink it slowly, preferably on an empty stomach in the morning. That's it. No complicated recipes, no expensive supplements, just a small measured habit. Why morning? Because your body is slightly more acidic after you wake up, and this can help gently shift that balance. Plus, starting the day with better pH levels can set the stage for improved blood flow and energy throughout the day. Now, and this is important, don't think of this as a quick fix. Think of it like planting a seed. The benefits come with consistency over weeks and months, not in a single day. And remember, baking soda is just one tool. Pair it with good hydration, a nutrient-rich diet, light daily exercise, and pelvic floor strengthening, and you'll be giving your body multiple ways to improve circulation, nerve health, and erection quality. In a moment, I'll share what other men over 60 have experienced after making this part of their daily routine, and how they combined it with a few simple changes to see real, lasting results. Now, I want to be crystal clear. Baking soda can be a helpful ally, but it's not the only answer. If you want strong, reliable erections well into your 60s, 70s, and beyond, you need to think about the bigger picture. Your penis is like the tip of the iceberg. What you see is only a small part of the system. Beneath the surface, it's all about your heart, your blood vessels, your hormones, your nerves, and yes, your prostate. When those systems are healthy, everything works better. So here are the 4 pillars I tell my patients to focus on. Circulation boosters. Walk at least 30 minutes a day. Add in light strength training. Movement keeps blood vessels flexible and responsive. Anti-inflammatory eating. More leafy greens, berries, nuts, and fatty fish. Less processed sugar and fried foods. Every bite either helps your blood flow or hurts it. Pelvic floor exercises. Simple Kegels can strengthen the muscles that control erections and ejaculation. You can do them anywhere. No one will even know. Hydration and recovery. Drink enough water and get quality sleep. Your body repairs itself during rest, and that includes your sexual function. When you combine these pillars with a daily baking soda routine, you're creating an environment where your body can respond better. Erections become stronger. Prostate discomfort can ease. Energy levels rise. I've seen men in their 60s and 70s make these changes and tell me, "Doc, I didn't think I had this in me anymore." And the truth is, they always did. Their body just needed the right conditions. Next, let me share one of those real-life stories with you. A man who went from feeling completely defeated to feeling more like himself than he had in years. Let me tell you about Michael. He's 69, retired, and a proud grandfather of 4. When he first came to see me, he looked healthy on the outside, but inside, he was quietly carrying a lot of frustration. He told me, "Doc, it's embarrassing. I can't perform like I used to. My wife says she understands, but I can see the disappointment in her eyes. And honestly, I feel less like a man." That's a heavy thing to carry. Michael had already tried the little blue pill, but it left him with headaches and a racing heart. He didn't want to live dependent on medication, so we went back to basics. I gave him a plan: daily walks, more leafy greens, pelvic floor exercises, better hydration, and yes, the simple morning baking soda routine. The first month, not much change, but by the end of the second month, he started to notice something: stronger morning erections, more energy during the day, and even his bladder control improved. By month 3, his confidence had completely shifted. One day, he came into my office smiling and said, "Doc, my wife told me I haven't looked at her like this in years." That's the real win. Not just better erections, but a better life, better connection, better joy. Stories like Michael's remind me, and I hope they remind you, that your body is more capable than you think, even after 60. You're not broken, you're not done. You're simply waiting for the right conditions to thrive again. And those conditions? They're easier to create than most men realize. So now you know, erectile changes after 60 are common, but they are not permanent, and they are not the end of your manhood. Whether it's weaker erections, a shrinking penis size, loss of morning wood, or prostate discomfort, your body still has the ability to improve when you give it the right care. And sometimes that starts with something as simple as a quarter teaspoon of baking soda in water each morning, combined with movement, better food, hydration, and rest. But here's the key: nothing changes if nothing changes. You can listen to this advice, agree with it, and still go back to the same habits tomorrow. Or you can decide today to take a small step. Try the morning routine for just 7 days. Notice how your body feels, not just in the bedroom, but in your energy, your confidence, even the way you walk. Because when a man feels strong and alive in his body, it shows in every part of his life. And remember, you're not doing this just for yourself. You're doing it for the people you love, the partner you share your life with, the family that wants you around for many more years. You are not broken. You are not finished. You are a man whose body still responds to care, attention, and patience, no matter your age. Start now. Your future self and your partner will thank you.